I first met Jackie by accident at a Starbucks on West 57th Street in Manhattan, the one near Carnegie Hall. Neither of us was there for the coffee, believe me, and if you ever heard Jackie's Starbucks routine, you'll know why. It was back in the early 2000s when most public places did not have Wi-Fi, even in New York. So people hung out at Starbucks with their laptops. You could get a good internet connection along with the bad coffee. If you could manage to drink a cup an hour, they let you occupy a table all day. Then you could email people and impress them by saying you were at your office on West 57th Street. People also took meetings at Starbucks, which cost 2 cups of bad coffee an hour, and that's where I spotted Jackie, huddled in conversation with a business associate at a nearby table. I was doing the email routine at my table, but I could not help stealing glances at Jackie. He looked electric just sitting there. I imagined that he would have glowed in the dark. Every time I looked his way, he was staring back at me, wide-eyed, his hair standing on end, wearing a shocked expression, like he had just stuck his finger into a socket. So I ambled over to his table, not wanting to interrupt the meeting, and simply thanked him for his comic genius. I told him that my family and friends loved his shows, and that we were huge fans. Jackie's response still rings in my ears. "So maybe I should be talking to you." His emphasis on you implied, instead of talking to this schmendrick. In that instant, I realized that Jackie could turn any conversation into a comedy routine. So when he said, "So maybe I should be talking to you," I replied, "It's too late, Jackie. You're already talking to me." That cracked him up, so he asked, "Do you live around here?" I couldn't believe he asked me this, because it immediately brought to mind his Beverly Hills routine.
"Yeah, I live in Beverly Hills." Even the people who don't live in Beverly Hills convince themselves that they live in Beverly Hills. Everybody in Hollywood tells you the same thing. "I live just outside of Beverly Hills." It's not exactly, it should have been, they forgot to call it, they almost called it, they should have called it. They all live in a town called adjacent. They all tell you, "I live just adjacent." About how far? About 90 miles this way, about...
So when Jackie asked me, "Do you live around here?" I couldn't resist replying, "Not exactly around here, but I live adjacent. Well, almost adjacent, about 57 miles up the road in the lower Hudson Valley." That cracked him up again and taught me an important lesson. If ever you want to endear yourself to a great comedian, tell him his own jokes. Jackie and I bumped into each other a few times after that too. I guess our trajectories in those days must have been adjacent, and he always gave me that wide-eyed stare. It was a thrill and a delight to have met him and kibitzed with him. Jackie Mason shone a bright light into a lot of dark corners, giving the gift of laughter to his adoring fans. I will always honor your memory, Jackie, and treasure your quintessentially Jewish sense of humor.